Power Rangers. So, I'm not going to do this review with my helmet on, so let me go ahead and take that off now. Alright, that's a little bit better now. So, Power Rangers. 5 teenagers with attitude are drafted by Walter White to fight an evil witch and save Angel Grove. Explaining this movie is like explaining Ninja Turtles. We all know what the Power Rangers are, so let's just go ahead and move on. So, based on my getup, you can tell that I like Power Rangers. I have a lot of Red Ranger stuff, a lot of White Ranger stuff, a lot of Power Rangers items. I love Power Rangers. Power Rangers is also actually really important to some of my DeviantArt success, which I'll explore more in a separate video, because in a small way my designs kind of smirk some of the interest that created this movie. So even though my expectations for this were high initially, I actually did a pretty good job of going in without any preconceived notions of what I might see. All 5 actors playing our main characters are pretty much unknown, and that made for a more immersive experience. They all did a good job and really gave me some extra depth to the characters. They took the material very seriously, which I really appreciated. Casting Bryan Cranston as Zordon was a great call, and I love the way that they delved more into Zordon's backstory. However, I was not a fan of Elizabeth Banks' take on Rita. She came across as more of an insane crack addict than a menacing witch. Her take was super campy and didn't really mix well with the overall feeling of the movie. I really would have liked a more menacing take. At times I found myself really missing Ivan Ooze. The Ooze is back! It was always going to be a fine line to walk with this movie. The old fans wanted to see a darker, more realistic reboot of the show that they grew up with, kind of like the fan film released a few years back. But they also needed to keep it friendly for kids today. Be the first one on your block to feel the mega pumpkin shock. I think they did a good job of finding that balance. They focused a lot on building up the kids as the characters long before they found themselves in the suits. A lot of focuses on Jason, Billy, and Kimberly specifically. Trini and Zach kind of fall by the wayside in comparison. They don't get a whole lot of material to develop as much as the other 3. While a lot of time is spent developing everyone, I can't say that all of it was used wisely. I think with as much time as they spent building their characters, there would have been more backstory than what we actually got. As I said, Trini and Zach specifically get shafted in this area. Pacing is actually pretty consistent. It slowly builds up to the climactic end. Even though a lot of time is spent character and world building, it moves along at a pretty good pace. I never really found myself bored or taken out of the film. It was pretty engrossed in what was happening. I was afraid that the special effects would look pretty bad, specifically involving the Zords. The posters and trailer did little to reassure me. However, the final product in the movie was perfectly serviceable. As good as anything we've seen in the Transformers movies. You can decide if that's a compliment or not. As I said at the beginning, I'll talk more in depth about the designs and spoilers in the separate video, specifically the suit designs. I think the soundtrack could use a little work. There's a very short bit of music that harkened back to the Rangers theme song that we all know, but it is so brief that it's kind of jarring, and then it immediately cuts to like Kanye West's Power. It's not a big deal, but it turned a great moment into kind of an odd one. It kind of took me out of what was going on. I mean, we've seen some hardcore metal versions of the Power Rangers theme song that would have fit in just fine in this movie. In the end, Power Rangers was an above average reboot, far better than the TMNT reboot. Because what Power Rangers does is recapture some of the fun and nostalgia while giving us a bit darker story. With enough seriousness to make the stakes real, but enough fun that where it's not too serious. In the end, I'm going to give Power Rangers 8 Rangers out of 10. You did a good job. If you like this review and want to see more, please like and subscribe, or don't. I'm not a beggar. I'm Geek Tree 64, aka the Red Ranger, and I will always tell you the truth.